Hey there, anyone who is watching along. I believe I already talked about just wanting a record of like things I ground for and stuff like that. Which, funnily enough, after doing that Mephisto, so I said that I was going to get a good lower Kurast map. Alright, well I did, and it was Players 8, and I was killing the monsters, and one of them dropped one of these. Now I think that's actually a really bad roll. But, still looks pretty cool to me. And, oh yeah, someone dropped one of these as well. Nice little 13 all-res. And a 4-socket phase blade. I don't know if that's particularly the biggest one. It's from someone else. But yeah, so I just got rid of everything, made some space, and rolled a good Lower Kurast map. We don't really need the juvies or anything. I just want a lot of mana for teleporting. And as you guys know, so anyone who isn't aware, I don't know why you'd be tuning into this to take a look if you were, but anyone who isn't aware, Lower Kurast is a type of farm that you do in Diablo specifically for high runes, but also gold, jewelry, charms. You get a decent amount of rares, and you can get the occasional unique. I just got a Shooter's Temper, although that was from killing ads. Usually when you're farming Lower Kurast, you try not to kill stuff, and you pop everything up to Players 8. MF does not matter. Also, so yeah, I wasn't using any of my MF gear when I did that, apart from these boots. And yeah, whatever, the base MF on Oculus plus the charms, which is probably still a decent amount of MF. Like, sorceresses are just so freaking good when it comes to MFing. But yeah, pretty crazy that I got that Shooter's Temper there. And so this is my map. It's going to take me a little bit to just get properly oriented and do this fast. There is my first. I've got to do that from a different angle because you can drop a catcher. And then, yeah, so here's our second one. Oh, snap, okay. I didn't buy keys. Now, the obnoxious thing about this is, like, this specific map, I think you have to get keys from Prathil or something. Like, you can't just get them from Ormus. Yeah, so super annoying. But not a problem. We'll just stack up a bunch of freaking keys. And you get keys when you open the chests. I just, wasn't picking them up because I'm a goober. Yeah, we can do without that for now. So I'll just check them in the stash. Hello to whoever is viewing. Welcome. A little grind session just got slightly aborted because I'd forgotten to get keys, but well. Alright, so first run here in Lower Kurast is about to be complete, and then we reset. And then the game has to tease me with these like nice exceptional rares. And like I don't think you can really get anything on a rare helm that's impressive at all, to be honest. Like, maybe tri-res. And, when Rockstopper exists, which is already tri-res, with hit recovery and physical damage reduction, it's not that hard to get a Rockstopper. I think I've had 3 drop just running Mephisto. It's not that easy to get a Rockstopper to drop either. Like, if you were a solo self-found or something, and you're like, alright, I'm not leaving. I think Rockstopper can drop from Nightmare Mephisto as well. If you're like, I'm not leaving Nightmare Mephisto until I have my Rockstopper, you could be there for a while. Also, yeah, I've got to do this fast, which I'm not doing, but I am still kind of getting oriented on the map here and just So this weapon rack is dropping elites. It's done that twice. Usually that sort of stuff is replicable. Okay, why am I killing these guys? I just need to save and reset, go again. But yeah, usually that's replicable, and you can change the item that drops by changing the angle at which you hit the weapon rack. So if you know a weapon rack's gonna drop, I don't know, a longsword, if it drops you like a elite longsword or something from a certain angle, that should be replicable as long as you are rolling the same weapon rack. So I think it makes sense to go to this one first. Okay, I love when they just like explode like that. It's one of the most satisfying things about farming lower Kurast. And I suppose I should be picking up some of these unique stuff, but not the, I mean the elite grade weapons, because it could be a cruel overhaul of quickness. I've never seen a cruel whatever of quickness. I know they can roll, and they shouldn't be that hard. Like in theory, if you were willing to put the time, you should be able to show them. That's, you know. We'll kill these guys.
I am overburdened.
Doesn't matter. And yeah, I'm such a noob to low thrust. Like, I know there are patterns to do it, and certain things that people look for, and they get really good at, you know, just whizzing around the map, TKing everything fast. But I'm new to it. This is like my third attempt. Alright, first rune, Thaw rune, nothing special, but like,
I am overburdened.
oh yeah, I forgot to ID that. Surprising amount of ED. Diligent about picking up, particularly the topazes, because especially if you're running new characters. But it's cool. This is a chill stream. I'm not gonna like sweat about picking up gems and cubing them up and stuff. I just want to open chests and see stuff like go flying out. I get a lot of dopamine out of that. Which is also why, you know, I like to just go for the super chests. Okay, that's annoying. Thankfully, there's nothing in there. Also, I got so annoyed by those freaking swamp ape things that I teleported away without going to the second. Alright, we're gonna get this down. We're gonna get this down fast though. I wish there was some way to like always start in Act 4 so I didn't have to walk all the way here. There's a lot of annoying elites with auras and stuff. Not worry about them. Just act like they don't exist. What are they gonna do about it? You can teleport after me. Sorry. And ah man, it's crazy. Like you just farm a cruel elite here. Like that Colossus Volge could have been a cruel. A cruel is 300 ED. Like people who say you can't get a good melee weapon in this game without, you know, huge MF and sort of like that. No man, 300 ED. That's as much raw damage. Oh man, whoa, 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 whoa. Okay, all right, I like that. That's good. Man, people say lower Kurast is like it doesn't give you anything. It either gives you like a, you know, a high rune or nothing. Well, I don't know if you guys remember what I was saying in the last stream about how, you know, 40-15s and stuff like that, they don't exist in single player. Like you ain't getting no masses of those high runes because you can't trade for them. You can't just, you know, farm, you know, valuable uniques and swap them for SOJs and stuff. And then, you know, Bob's your uncle, you go trade and you get your thing. There's none of that. You either physically farm it yourself or you don't get it. And you ain't farming like a bunch of like perfect ruby jewels and fervor. It's just not happening. So for me, that's a really nice drop. Because even one of those will go like a nice long way to powering up a blade sin if I ever decide to do one. Stash. So yeah, I like already chuffed about my lower cross. How did I not go the right way there? And 1,000 is not a high roll. I'm so bad at like remembering. I think it's just a mid roll, like plus stats, isn't it? Oh, plus strength. Okay, yeah, Foul Rune's decent. I like Foul Rune because it's I think it's the rarest rune in. Oh, I can't remember the rune name. It might even be Obedience. The rune word.
Yes?
So yeah, pretty chuffed to get a foul. So I think I could actually like cube them up into something else, but I'll probably hold on to them. I think there's quite a few rune words that use them. I've got to really look up a tutorial or something on the weapon racks. The problem is when I'm really into playing a game like this, when I'm really into playing a game like this, it's like, okay, well I've got my free time. I can either spend it like learning to play the game better, or just playing the game and having fun with it. Yeah, I wanted to check this out. Nothing. You know, there's a world in which you roll something crazy on a rare class specific. We all know the exact specs we want for whatever our character is, you know. Your +3 to summoning, +3 to skeleton mastery, +3 to skeleton type. set up. And ID this charm, nothing. ID this ring. Man, the minimum max damage rolls on rings can get pretty wild. Like, if you get like a 779 or something like that, and just chuck that bad boy on, see how much damage you actually get out of that. It's not, because it's modified by like strength or dex, or strength and dex in some cases. It's modified by skills that give you ED, so it can come out pretty chunky. No leech or anything. MF. I'm not saying that's a good ring, and it's not even like a high eye level. So like if I find some really good rare ring that just has, that's like level 80 or something, and they definitely exist. Even if it's bad, I might just use the old perfect skull trick to re-roll it. And look at my, like, this is Player's 8, and this is Mercenary. He's just tanking like a champ. And it's not like I have some, like, crazy elite gear on him. Like, this is literally stuff I've just farmed from everything. Pretty much everything on this account has come from, I don't know, maybe 2 weeks of gameplay. Some pretty good farming sessions, like that one last night. But just some good farming sessions on Hell Mephisto, Nightmare Mephisto. I did quite a lot of farming of Nightmare Mephisto. Jumping on any good Terror Zones when I was in the mood, even like a normal Terror Zone.
Good.
So like, I know there's someone out there who's going to be like, you've got an Ethereal Jurial Shell and a Vampire Gaze and, Elite Ograx. Like, don't get me wrong, I know there's way better stuff than this, right? I know. I want it. There's that, freaking scythe that, like, casts Decrepify. That thing is just monstrous. Stuff like that, and the Vamp Gaze could be a better role. The Vamp Gaze could be Ethereal. I do think Ethereal Jurial Shell is maybe best in slot for a melee. Mercenary, because of just the big resist and the can't be frozen, plus life. Like, there's nothing on Jurial Shell that, like, isn't desirable. There isn't a single stat on it where you're just like, oh, okay, it has that. Yeah. I hate these assholes who, like, want to come out. So this guy just tanking these player 8 champs. Not a problem. And he's doing damage. Look at those bone spears go out. Like, yeah, that was a really nice find, that polearm for him. I would love an ethereal one. Jeez, how many bone spears? Oh, it's 50%. Okay, that's pretty good. But yeah, it's not a best in slot or anything, but I like the fact that I could probably grab that key. I love that I could pop the Shale and the Am in it, give him some extra leech. Oh, whatever, man. He ain't that important. I got chest. Yeah, the amount of gems you get, like, this is like flawless. Like, I don't remember Lower Kurast being this, like, really meta place to go to, like, farm gold and all that sort of stuff back when I used to play the game. I mean, pre-reloaded. And I'm not saying it wasn't. I think it started to come in around 109 or something. I seem to remember people talking about it as a place to farm high runes. But I never heard about it as like a place to farm bait, like like room word bases, just general like. Wait, where the heck am I? Oh no! Oh my gosh! I changed the freaking difficulty and I messed up my map. Oh, that's fine. I'll just get another one. I do want one with 2 fires, but that's fine. It's not that hard to roll one. But yeah, man. While I was chatting, just complete brain fart. So now I don't really know how to like explore this map efficiently. I just kind of pick a direction and go. And look for the fires, and then once I've kind of cleared the entire map, okay, so this one's, so if there is another fire, it's going to be over this side somewhere, I think. It's looking like they may not be. I think like around here is normally where it would or should be. I'll check under here. Yeah, it's definitely not that. And now there's just kind of no room for it. Just quickly go check out this corner. Just to be safe.
Not enough mana.
Unless I'm just looking at the map wrong, I don't think that's it. So we're gonna have to refresh again. Anyway, I got a super chest in that, so it's like I'll always get a chest when I refresh it. So, oh, I didn't realize I had more juvies there.
Good day.
I thought I was just drinking last to clear the slot. Okay, you can have that. Grab some like extra mana potions for teleporting around there. But yeah, oh man, I'm like molding that I messed up that map. Not like, I don't know. I don't think I'm gonna take long to get another one. It's more just like, you know, anyone who may watch this even in the future is presumably wanting to see the grind of Lower Kurast. And now they're gonna see me like trying to get a good Lower Kurast map, which is frustrating because I had it all set up. But it's cool. I mean, I guess this is part of it. Alright. Way too high up there. And I'm just kind of teleporting around like a psychopath. To see that. I'm pretty sure I went in there. And sometimes these maps, it just seems like they hate you. Like you can't find anything, and you know every teleport there's another pack of minions. Gets like super disheartening. Like I don't think I've seen a single fireplace. Okay, there's one. And of course it wouldn't drop a mana potion. Same deal. Couldn't drop one for me. Yeah, so it's usually kind of on the opposite side if it's going through there. But then you get these like alternate structures or something. I don't know. I'm still trying to like learn this map properly. But either way, I'll just keep rolling it. I'll keep opening at least one chest on it until I get one that has two. You can go there.
Yes?
A bunch of freaking mana potions. Let's get in there. It's actually kind of cool starting in Act 1 because I start so much closer to the waypoint. If I really did know the map to the point where I could just like whiz straight to the fireplaces. That would probably be the faster way to do it. Okay, there we go. Tower room. Not a particularly impressive room drop. Crazy amount of stop clearing this thing. TXP is great. Actually see that bar moving. But yeah, alright. So that's where we were. So this... So what's stopping it small? Like what's stopping it from spawning on this map? But it could be down here as well. No, it can't be down here. Maybe there's something up here. Yeah, so I'll see torches and be like, but then it's not it. I don't think we rolled the right one. As I say... Oh, wait, hold on. Okay, no. See, this is like the right orientation of the huts, but there's no fireplace. And it's right where the second fireplace would be if there was one. So I've got a feeling that just means there isn't a second fireplace. That's fine, man. We'll just keep grinding until we get it. I was really, you know, always hoping for that, like, perfect plus the skills that also has the two open sockets to make a lore or something. This has been so scuffed by me resetting the map though. I can always spend a little bit of time like popping the. That's always so nice when you get the like the big rare drop, especially when a bunch of them are. Oh my gosh, I can't press the right button. Especially when a bunch of them are elite bases. I don't think that's an elite base though, but I think I've mentioned how I feel about rare boots in the past. Rare boots are great round room. Not really worth it. That jewel could be another really nice ruby jewel. So yeah, I don't think we're gonna have any luck with the second fire on this one. Like, again, that looks like the house where it would typically be. And, you know, like, this is our spot here. And usually it's gonna be something like that, but nothing. So, alright, we'll just go back to Nightmare, back to hell again, reset it. There's a nice little super chest there. It's like, I remember playing this game when I was very young, and even the OG Diablo. Oh yeah, it's maybe the worst conceivable jewel, but you know what? I don't mind. They're just exciting to ID, especially when you know they come from hell, Lower Kurast. Like, you can get some really nice stuff. I kind of wish they would boost that like gold pickup range just a smidge. Ooh, small charm, always enticing. Promising. But not in that direction. There he is. But there we go. We re-roll that map. We're good. I just have to remember not to freaking accidentally hit Nightmare again. Alright, we are back. So we were kind of limping on the grind there because of how slow we were going. Yeah, plus 2 decks. But we're back on the wagon now. I just have to remember the... Okay. Just clear these jerks out. They could drop something. The birds don't take that long to kill even on play bait. Hey, look at that! Unique tablet. And this is with most of my MF gone. For anyone who doesn't know what that is, it's not a particularly good item. It's Gurk Sanctuary. Oh no, wait! That is actually a decent item. I thought it was a unique tower shield. So Gurk's Pavis, yeah, it's actually a really freaking nice defensive shield. Where did I leave that damn fireplace? Alright, here. Oh, come on, game! And then I got hit and Oculus teleported out of it. Hate to have the enemies like run away and stuff. That's it. And this one, done and done. Now, I hate leapers. Like I genuinely despise them. Level, or is it lower Kurast? What the hell is this compressor? It doesn't matter. We flipped the lid on those chests. We're done. We're out. I don't mind killing some of those big mobs because look at that. A guy just dropped a exceptional unique shield, which this is one of those shields that, like, you know, if you have a place for it in a build or something, you would want to see a lot of them because it has a lot of variables, mostly the magic damage and damage reducer, a really big number. Anyway. I do have one. I have no idea how they stack up in terms of damage reduce and so on. Wait, why am I going to the... So, like, goals for me is to have a lower Kurast map like this. Okay. I mean, you could make a black in it, like for early game damage stick. Alright, we want that. We want the unique belt, and then I'm trying to like just visually put my eyes on the spot where. Is it really like this close? Oh my gosh. this, like, once I start to get my head around it, I am an old man, by the way. Get some muscle memory here. This is like an genuinely like elite super chest positioning. And I can fumble it all, destroy it all by just accidentally pressing Nightmare again, which I'll try not to. Okay, I thought they were elite base. That's more for money.
Yes.
But yeah, I don't really want to waste time like selling stuff, or even like stashing dubious runes, particularly with this map. And yeah, I always kind of take that little moment to just see what's on the floor, because if there's any oh, material. You know, if there's any charms or anything, I don't necessarily hear the sound they make when they hit the ground, so I don't automatically know that no charms have dropped, or the charms have dropped, so I'll sometimes just, yeah. I want to see if they had sockets for a spirit base. But watch. Man, I love when it just goes flying out like that. So satisfying. Huh? Oh, we're gonna have diving in. And then maybe we'll kill these birds. Probably, yeah. Birds are definitely worth killing. They don't last that long. And they give really XP. This guy's called the champion, but once we kill the others, the Merc just... He don't care. He makes it. Such a good mercenary weapon, I had no idea. Because I only recently leveled him up enough to the point where he could, you know, put it on. Strength-wise, that's an unbelievably massive strength requirement. But, like, realistically, considering how frickin' they just drop like candy.
Hello.
Like, you guys saw me get one, and then, you know, get a second one. Like, before I even had a chance to, like, you know, go mule them off or anything. And, you know, at that rate, I'm thinking like, well, just chuck 2 hell runes in one. For your mercenary to use at a way lower level, like 40%, that's a lot. And that hell rune, decent little find. Like, I'm still kind of new enough to this game that things like hell runes, like even like a doll, hell, like anything on this page even, like am runes, you know what? People are gonna call it a mid rune, but like, there's crafting recipes, for example, that you can roll with the, you know, with those fairly low runes. You know, that can potentially roll like god roll items. Like, just wanted to go through there with a sorceress or even a like anything that's primarily cold damage, right? So Frosty's on or something. Just go through Lower Kurast, play as 8, kill everything, and open every single chest. You'll soon be level 99 and you'll probably have a bunch of good stuff to show for it. Like, I've dropped uniques killing monsters in Lower Kurast. Not with, like, you know, with, hold on, where's my, yeah, so, Magic Vine, like, about 200% Magic Vine. A big chunk of which is coming from charms. Like, where's it coming from? There's MF boots, because I don't really need anything else. There's a bit of MF on the Oculus, MF on the Rhyme. Like, these are good items that you would probably want to use anyway, especially if you don't have some, you know, god tier thing. So yeah, and then a big chunk of it on the charms. And yet, with that setup, why am I keep doing this? You know, I just dropped that, the Pavis, which I think is quite a good item. They can I should be picking up keys to do that, and then it bites me. But yeah, as I was saying, you know, also if you're curious about the characters' names, when I first like booted this up, I started, you know, making different types of characters. I think for some reason I just wanted to make it so that everyone's name started with B, so it was like Brian, Baza, Billy. I can't remember what some of the others were, but then I gave up on it after like 3 or 4, and then I think I deleted one of them. So there's only like Brian and Baza. Baza's Wind Druid. He started as a fire druid. You know, like, I'll take that free EXP from the minions. Not the best drops that time. But this Lower Kurast is the most addictive slot machine in this game, especially when you've got a good map like that, and it's just like opening 4 super chests in a row. The fact that you can kind of get everything there is what makes it like so Moorish to me. Whoa, okay. Fort Rune. See what I mean about uniques? I mean, that's Griswold's Edge. It's a terrible method. Idea, if anything. Just to do the satisfying thing of like explaining it for anyone who isn't a Diablo fan. Won't do that with me. Jump back in here. Check my keys and stuff while I'm at it. Plenty. So yeah, Griswold's Edge. I don't think it's that great. You know, even at level 17, I think there's probably better stuff. Fire damage is pretty decent, plus the strength. Yeah, no, if you had it at level 17, you'd be doing good. But it's not the kind of thing you would upgrade or anything like that. And there are definitely better and easier to find weapons for a low-level character. Just get those big piles. Oh, okay. That chest went up for no reason. Again, we just got mob on mob on mob on mob. The power difference when you're like in your real gear. As opposed to MF gigs. Look at that. That is an elite unique, isn't it? Another boss pack here. Oh, what the hell? Okay, the cryptic sword is the unique longsword elite base, is it not? We just found 2 elite uniques in freaking Lower Kurast, just killing boss mobs without any. I mean,
Yes.
we've got MF gear because they're a sorceress. You kind of have to. But damn, that's so freaking cool. Blood moon. Okay, so this is the one that can. This is the one with open wounds. All right. So this is the one we found earlier, and I've got 2 of these. These aren't particularly rare, but still, it's a nice weapon. Like, you throw that, I think I mentioned this when I found the last one, but throw 2 of these on a Frenzy Barb, a mercenary, he'll never die. Well, yeah, he'll still die, but he will be very, very tanky, and his boss damage will be really nice. I mean, this is 108 to 148 on a fast weapon. That's good damage. But, you know, more the utility, the huge open wounds, the massive lifesteal, the plus life after each kill is really cool too. But this bad boy, I've never seen this. I have no idea what this does. So this, freaking exciting. Alright, what do we got here? 15 to 236, huge range. Very fast. 207 ED, not the best there. That's a lot of freaking cold damage. It gives you free Arctic Blast for some weird reason. I don't know what you're supposed to do with that. Freezes target is nice. 15% cold absorb is nice. I wish that was cannot be frozen, but it's not. I mean, yeah, it's not blowing me away, but maybe those are bad rolls. But honestly, 25 attack speed, 207 ED with a big chunk of elemental, some quality of life and cold absorb. Come, like throw that on a Zeal Paladin or something. Like, that's as good as a lightsaber, I think. The lightsaber's maybe faster. I don't know. I have one, but it's been a while since I've really thought about the stats or anything. But man, what a cool freaking find. And two, like, it's not just like, oh yeah, well, have your, you know, your one, like, freaking 2 elite unique weapons in a single, like, I feel like we have to kill these guys now. But this big old mob. A big old beam. I'm gonna keep teleporting. Oh, look at his leech. He's just doing it. He don't care. And doesn't give a damn. love the birds. It's so cool. Just a bunch of nonsense here. I don't know what I was expecting. See, like, see gold again. Maybe a little bit too greedy of me, but we actually want to take these guys. Yeah, why not? My boy, look at my boy. Look at him go. Absolute chatty. What is that? Is ancient axe an elite base? I think that's all the minions. Alright, let's book it. Start again. But I do think it's worth killing the minion packs, especially for me, because like the EXP is so good. And the thing is like, even if I get 1 more level, 2 more levels, whatever, like, the higher my level, and then the higher my mercenaries level, like, the less the mercenary will die, the crazier stuff you can just do with him. Like, him being able to tank these guys on Player's Aid. He has good gear, but it's not just the gear, it's his level as well. It's the fact that he's, like, you know, up here with me, he's high 80s. It really makes the most of the defense rating, which is, you know, kind of the cornerstone of his physical defense, because he doesn't have a shield or anything like that. Damn, that's cool. And that, I think that's an elite blade barrier. I could be wrong. Large chunk.
I can't carry anymore.
Hold on. So you definitely... Oh, that must definitely be an elite base, because it requires level 51. But it doesn't matter. I was only grabbing it in the hope that it might be a full that someone could make a spirit in. And here are these minions. Just deal with them. I'm so tempted to actually just slap the MF gear out now. I'm serious. Because I know MF does nothing for the actual chests. But if we're killing these boss mobs, and they're this dense, and the drops are this good from them, I mean, this good in the sense of like...
Yes?
You know, Storm Rider, it's not amazing, but man, it's just cool to see so much gold. But yeah, I'm just trying to think like what's the easy extra MF I can get? Like that's easy. The losing the hit recovery sucks. The main thing is to keep the faster cast rate, so these two could potentially go. Or at the very least, just a little bit, you know? Like, if it's gonna be this good to me with the minions, like, I want to kill them anyway for the EXP. Only when it's convenient for me. Also, I've found a couple of skillers doing this as well, which is super cool. And not like useless ones, you know, like lightning, sorceress, fire skiller, trap skiller. No good secondary stats, but you know, I can live with that for now. I don't see any convenient minions, so we'll just book it. Open war chests. I freaking like. There's something just so warm about Lower Kurast. Like it's a little bit of everything, you know. You get rares, elites, you get charms, you get jewels, rings and amulets. Like if you had nothing in this game,
Hello.
like if you were somehow just magically dumped, you know, with like a completely naked character, but you just, you know, you were in hell, you had all the way, like all the good waypoints, you had your Lower Kurast. Like this is where I would go. This is what will save the run. Okay, Dull Rune, I'll take it. It's not a high rune, but you know, it's not freaking Raoul Dal either. This is where some. It's not too hard. It's not like I'm like, you know, like a navigate or something in this setup. They could be better. The boots and stuff. Fix them up. But it's not like I'm getting evaporated by just touching lightning either. But yeah, I think if if you were identifying everything cool that dropped here, like even just regular rings and amulets, so you get a 10 resist all ring, a 20 resist all amulet,
Good
something
day.
like that, plus the skills, whatever. You would gear your character up so quick. And if it was a sorceress, you could just you'd die because eventually you'd teleport into a monster. So, you know, you'd have no hit recovery, no cast speed, anything. And there'd be you know, you couldn't fight your way into the houses, like if there's a mob in one, like that. Like on this map, for example, you just have to accept that like that one kind of belongs to the enemy. That something good. I don't know exactly what. That. Booking it. Io rune. That's again. It's not great, but it's a drop. It's a drop. I can really see if I saw more Io runes drop. Ceremonial bow. What kind of base is that? Grab some of these keys. This is Natalia. Oh, Tranks! Nice! I don't even have this. No sense holding that either. What is like Lower Kurast just likes me tonight, I think. I just got the god map with the good drops. Mind you, even when I was fumbling around looking for the map, I found freaking a shooter's temper, so
Yes?
I can't really complain. And we got this Aya rune, which, you know, like, I'm new enough to this that runes like that aren't, like, I don't have an infinite number of them, you know. Trangs, that's so cool to me. I didn't even really look at the stats of it. So what does it actually do? Hit recovery, defense, replenish life. The stats are so bad. Oh my god. But you know what? They don't drop like candy. I can definitely say that. The Trangs, I mean. So I'm always happy to see a piece of Trang set, because Trang set is freaking OP as shit. Like, you just walk around hell, like, completely eliminating entire mobs with, like, a single cast of Poison Nova. They fall over in, like, 2-3 seconds. My brain just, like, switched off for that chest for so long. Oh, we got a boss mob here, very nice. One of them ran off. Oh, we got freaking Fanaticism Leapers. They're in a really horrible position. My mercenaries kind of not letting them in. But it's fine. I hate these. They're just gonna make this so annoying. But yeah, I'm loving this. We've got like 3 mid runes, a bunch of like cool uniques,
Hello.
a couple of a couple of uniques that I know do not drop all the time. That the cryptic sword and a shooter's temper. I know they're not raining down for anyone. I'm sad that the shooters. I think it has a bad roll. I don't really know. Oh, fuck up. I just literally want to pick up the gold and walk away.
I can't carry anymore.
Okay, now I'm physically unable to carry more gold. Okay, so here we go. It's so frustrating, like, I can't kite properly. Yeah, I think... Hold on. Part of this is just having bad keybinds, but it's also, it's one of these new things in Reloaded where, like, if I press F2, I cast the ability instead of switching to the ability. That definitely has its upside, but
Yes?
it can also be really annoying. Like, in a situation like this where I want telekinesis, I don't want to have to press a button to get telekinesis. I want like immediate, instant access to it. But it would be nice to be able to press a button and switch
Not
to
in town.
Frozen Orb
Not here.
rather
Not here.
than cast Frozen Orb. If that makes sense. That's not very helpful. But it's fine. I just hold shift. Oh, I forgot to roll away or gamble or anything. Oh, it's just freaking gold. Okay, I was gonna say I'll just make this run quick, but see, like even just like finding it here, it takes me way too long. But then I'm, yeah, back up. Really cool. Pick these up. Alright. Because they'll be under ID. But yeah, I love that we have this area where like you don't even need MF
Yes?
to find items that can genuinely like just take you through hell. Like, this could have been 200 AD 20 IAS, in which case
I can't carry anymore.
is it Breath of the Dying? No, but yeah. Will it get you through? Yes. Alright. Now I can actually get going. Like, that's kind of a benchmark for me, is like 200 ED at least on a unique, on an elite base, 200 ED. To me is like, okay, you can get through with that. If it's just that, it's gonna be a real slog. But you can do it. If it's that plus some other nice stuff, you know, a bit of crushing blow or attack speed or a chance to hit amp damage or something like that, then it's comfy, you know. Like 200 ED with some attack speed and a chance to hit amp damage on a zealot, that's a game clearer. Like if you, I don't know, like you try it. you could just hero edit yourself something like that and just go chuck it on your paladin and go beat some stuff up in hell. You see what I mean? It's comfy as hell. Anyway, I'm gonna be back just for a moment because I need to use the bathroom. So. back to the grind, shoulder to the wheel. But yeah, I know there's people out there who are thinking like maybe you watch some Zarfin videos or something, some solo self-found stuff. And heard people saying how they just can't get good equipment.
I can't carry anymore.
There are three, and I just literally got freaking shanghaied into aggroing by my optics. It's fine. The XP. It's one. It's just this is pissing me off. You know what, maybe I'll just switch that right away. Gameplay is... Alright, how do I actually do that? It's... Auto gold pickup. Where the heck do I actually find this? I don't know if it's just my tired ass. I'm carefully reading everything now. And I see nothing. Alright, that's it. Quick car skills. Oh. Alright, why did I ever, this is just infinitely better. I don't understand why the other one was I hate this guy. Oh, okay, so that... It is gonna mess me up with teleporting. Man, that was super annoying fight. But I need to get used to it. Using these keybinds. It sucks. Oh, that's right, there was yet another boss. Honestly, gonna really work for me. Like, there's things about it that are better, there are things about it that are worse. And it's just getting around everything about hotkeys in this game is just an attempt to hack around the fact that like all your hotkeys have to revolve around the shift key, and it's just bad. You can't change that because you need shift potion to potion your mercenary. And even if you change what the key binding for shift, it's still shift potion. And keeping your mercenary alive is literally 90% of this game. I know it sounds stupid, but it's like keeping yourself alive is, you know, okay, let's say keeping yourself alive is 70% and keeping your mercenary alive is 30%. Whatever, it doesn't matter. It just still makes the shift key, everything orbits around the shift key, and I hate it. I can't, like, if I could make it alt, that's it. Like, everything just instantly works, but I can't because for some reason, I don't know. It's depressing because this is such a good remake, and I don't know, maybe there's a way to change it, and I just, you know, don't understand it. But to me, if there isn't, that's a huge flaw in the remake, and it's like a really sad flaw as well. Because it's like, I would never try to play hardcore with the way these keybounds are. Like, it'll get you killed. It'll get me. It's gotten me killed 5, 6, 7 times on softcore. And you know, part of playing hardcore is just not doing things that you know will get you killed. I just wanted to believe that there was a chest I hadn't opened because that had just been not particularly impressive run there, but you get them. And that's the thing with Lower Kurast, you can just get run after run after run where you get very little. But also, I'm definitely slowing these runs down by fighting mobs. Maybe I should really just teleport straight past them, just ignore them. And go for EXP. Wait, it's not Upper Kurast, Lower Kurast. Yeah, go for EXP when I have a chance to do like a Terror Zone in the Lost City or something. Like this mob, to me at least, is definitely these champions are less inclined to run away like that. I don't know, I could say to myself that that felt like it was a waste of time, but the fact of the matter is, it's only a waste of time if nothing dropped. And something could have dropped. And you guys have seen something. But also the EXP is mine whether something drops or not. And they were just shielding that guy with their freaking bodies. Would not let their king die. Oh well. Sucks to be them. For God's sake, let us sit upon the ground and tell sad stories of death of kings.
Good day.
I can never decide if Lower Kurast or Mephisto is better. There's something like warm and comfortable about Mephisto. But Lower Kurast be pretty warm and comfortable too. I mean, look at that. We just got a Grand Charm and a Small Charm out of the same chest. And another Charm. Yeesh. Look at that. We just open a random thing and a soul rune drops. Like, you'll never hear me complain about something like a soul rune. I say anything from Am up, I'm always pretty happy with. Like, if you can use it for crafting something, putting sockets in things, all that sort of stuff. Heck yeah.
Hello.
But we got charms. It's about as bad as it could be. Likewise. But it doesn't matter. Likewise. And we'll just let them sit there. You know, these aren't Mephisto runs where I need like a big empty inventory. I still can't believe I got that. The cryptic longsword just off a random boss. Are these minions? If you're not minions, I don't care. You can go. GTFO. Yeah, it's like this is where the nuance and stuff. I freaking hate that.
I am overburdened.
This is why I like the birds. There's 8 things. Like, particularly the uniques, the distances they run and the speed they run when they're in that weird, like, I'm gonna retreat and then come back and then retreat and then come back and then retreat. That is Blade Barrier or something. It's not particularly amazing. Yeah, sword back hold. This I just literally wanted to ID because it could have been cruel or something. But yeah, another charm, very nice. And yeah, like I said, I could try to hunt that guy down, but I just don't care. He's probably run halfway across the map. And if I follow him, it'll just aggro a bunch of other stuff.
Yes?
Okay, hell yes. Yep, you can give me small charms of Vita, like, forever. I will never get. That's a nice little find. On a melee character with the cold damage? Hell yes. Damn, that run was like... felt kind of scuffed. And then the game was just like, okay, here, sorry, have this.
I can't carry anymore.
Last charm? Why am I holding that?
I am overburdened.
And yeah, I mean, I always pick up the things like that, just thinking like, oh, okay, well, it could be, you know, perfect for like a rhyme or something with great plus the skills in it already.
Greetings.
And wait, what do I got here? Meh. It's decent, but I'm not that fussed. But yeah, man, I need to cube some of these, but I'm too tired. I'll sort it out later. Like, what the heck is in this little house? Jewel? Any chance of 4 sockets? Wait. But yeah, as I was saying, you know, what I would do is just look for necro heads with good skills,
Good day.
and then, you know, roll sockets into them, but there may come a time when I start doing that. For now, I'm pretty content. Just hoping that I Oculus is very okay, what the hell just happened there? Is that like lag in a single player game? Because I was standing like here and I just randomly took a hit of the snowboard with Oculus. Not a big deal. Another charm. Lovely. Another full. Yeah, I really should be picking up things like this, like even if all I do is sell them. I hate when I've got to like clean the freaking house out like this. and there was nothing there anyway. But you gotta look, you gotta check.
Yes?
Yeah, we got this rare one, which is kind of bad, but it's 35 grand. It's crazy to me that I'm like halfway through a level. Like, it's not like I was right at the start when I first started, but like considering the levels this sorcerer is, you know, surprisingly good EXP just killing the big boys. These the hell bosses bug me when they do that though, because it's like, dude, just land, I want to kill you. Or, you know, let me shoot them out of the sky. Sorry about that. Probably going to be wrapping this up in another round or two. So I'm going to try to focus mainly on the super chests. And you know, there's an argument to be made that I should have been doing that from the start. But it's hard for me to argue against it myself when, you know, just killing those minion packs is rewarded. Some decent drops. And good EXP. Which, like, I really value EXP in this game. Like, I just value going up in level. It's over leveling purely because of the way attack rating and stuff works. Is one of those weird things. It's just like sometimes a content that, you know, you don't even know how you're supposed to get through it, can suddenly just be like, oh, okay, that's doable. Now this isn't I didn't go looking for this, right? I'm not going to say no to the EXP. I mean, I could go get them, but no, they're way too much of a faff. I mean, you just want to pop those sweet, sweet chests a few more times. No, I remember back when I used to play the game, there were very valuable small charms, and there were very valuable large charms, but, grand charms. But I don't remember people really valuing large charms that much. Is there something to do with like the balance of space versus like power, I guess? What do we got here? it's kind of sad letting all these guys live, knowing I could be getting a lot of EXP for it, and you know they can potentially drop really good stuff. It's cool. Those chests can drop some pretty freaking crazy good stuff too. This is just such a good map for like just little things like that, like just rolling a good map can make so much difference in this game. Like, can you imagine if you did this really genuinely long enough to get an Enigma or something? Which is like, depending on how much spare time you got, that's days or weeks of hard farming, assuming, you know, you don't just like lose interest part way through, which it's, you know, it's enough of a grind that a lot of people would. But let's say you were, you know, farming it that much. If you had a really good map like this one versus a really bad map, particularly one where there was only a single chest, and the guy with the good map is gonna get those runes quite a bit faster. But I'm sure there's also a lot of it is just knowing how to kind of play the map and exactly which sort of things to go for. I've seen some people grinding it though, and from what I've seen, the runes can kind of come out of anywhere. People like, oh yeah, and then I got a cham rune from this log. Wait, can it even drop a cham rune? I don't know. Cham is the second highest, let me pick up the key. I'm out of here. Thank you. I love that telekinesis can still just shove them back. It's super helpful. Grand Charm. Could be like the most goated skiller. Coming up on the 2-hour mark here. Oh, I didn't ID my charm. Now I've got 2 to ID. amount of, like, if you really wanted to, like, seriously gamble here, the amount of gold you get this way, you're actually willing to, like, come back to town and sell things. Like, these 30,000, 35,000 gold items coming out of, like, every freaking chest you open. You know, gems and jewelry that take up no space and
Yes.
sell for like 10 grand minimum. Alright. Skill, please. Skill, please. Alas. Actually, required level 59. I think that's in the like level range for a skiller and can be re-rolled with perfects, so that could be worth holding on to. But I'll check. It's not hurting anyone, sitting in my inventory in the meantime. And this is at all res 13. Such a nice little find. That freaking endurance of hate. The old Mephisto reflexes just kicking in. But I love Lower Kurast. Like, okay, we'll actually pick that up because, as I say, if it did have, you know, that perfect set of plus skills, then you can always roll sockets into it. Alright, what do we got here? Aside from the birds. Look at that merc go. Even with the amp damage. Amp damage with freaking birds. And they hit hard, even without the curse. Yeah, we checked that bad boy out. Nothing. Wasn't really hoping for much, to be honest, but it is what it is. Weapon pack. Come in here. Nothing I really want to item there. I mean, the Heraldic Shield is potentially some god roll out there, but let's be real, I have a Herald of Zakaron. And this is a minion pack. It's free real estate. Another minion pack coming out. Likewise, free real estate. Oculus guys. Ish. No, they're not a minion pack, they're just ordered from someone who is. I'm not going after him, I'm not looking for him. I want to open chests. But it's hard not to get. I've gotten like 2 bars of experience here.
Greetings.
Oh yeah, that's what I was gonna check my potions. Make sure I have a decent amount. champion birds. If they're gonna fly around like idiots for no reason, then whatever. I'll just ignore them. Try to get a better angle on these guys. That guy's not cold in here. Oh, this is another. I should be picking up these like full jubies and stuff, but honestly, this specific, like, I'm not muling freaking full jubies, and this character already has like a screen full of them that I never use. Maybe if I were farming Andariel, where the mercenary dies more or something, I'd throw a couple
Yes.
on the belt. Now that's actually pretty freaking nice, mainly for the max damage. Might hold on to that. We'll see. There are melee characters I want to play, or that I am, you know, going through the game with kind of at my own pace, that would love that charm. Okay, that bad boy just freaking exploded. I always get excited when I see that, the rune text. Nice. Chunky pack. The location. Not too bad. The sorceress just plays a different game to everyone else. Like simply being able to just insta teleport the mercenary out. Like sorceress is unless you have Enigma. Sorceress is like the only class that can genuinely control their mercenary. Normally you just have to accept that your mercenary is going to int and that there's nothing you can do about it. Thank you. And nothing I want here. Got some stuff to ID though.
Good day.
That's exceptional. But damn, look at that. For like a level 37, you're gonna run around with that dagger. Doing like legitimately solid freaking damage. Although I don't know what the attack speed stuff is for a dagger. I remember looking it all up once. I was thinking about doing a poison dagger necromancer. The problem with a poison dagger necro is like poison dagger just like has no place in a poison necro's build. It's like you max it for the maybe max it for the synergy, but that's to buff poison nova. And the thing is Poison Nova, I think, stays at 3 seconds, whereas Poison Dagger gets to, like, 12 seconds or 15 seconds, something really crazy when it's fully maxed out, and it doesn't do more damage. Like, Poison Dagger should be doing 10,000 poison damage
Hello.
when it's, maxed out. Maybe not even when it's maxed out with synergies. Maybe like 20, 30,000 when it's got its synergies. And it would still not be the greatest. Like in Hell, without, a Sunder Charm, low resist, blah blah blah. Okay, I just can't even. I have no idea what grade that is, but I'll check it. Town. Not very impressive chests, but I don't know. They still drop a lot of cool stuff, for me at least. Okay, that has to be an elite base, doesn't it? Maybe, I don't know.
Good day.
Saw that. Another somewhat lackluster run, but that's fine, as I said. Oh, we are past the 2-hour mark, so this maybe we'll do a last one here. At least do a couple runs, find at least one thing to ID, and then pack it in for the evening. So I haven't checked where the Durant's ability is on this. Okay. How are they still? I just don't want to deal with that. I literally just want to open the chest. And then, re-up. Yeah, I don't know know if that lightning damage is good or not. I don't put much stock in elemental damage charms. Back when I used to play, there was a time when poison damage was just raw. And there was something where, like, every time you put another instance of poison damage on your gear, it would, like, it had some, like, weird multiplicative effect. So, like, let's say you put 3 tower runes in a bow. Instead of doing, you know, whatever, 75, 75, 75, it was like the first one gave 75, but the next one gave, like, 200, and the next one gave, like, 700. And it would continue scaling like that, where, like, every new instance of poison damage was just stronger than it should have been compared to the last. So it could get really crazy if you started stacking little poison charms. And, you know, this was in the era when Amazons were kind of broken. Like, the drop rates on Bariza were really good. Like, anyone could just have a physical Barizas on. Piercing arrow, pierced. Like, if I shot a piercing arrow at Diablo, it would hit him, pierce through him, hit him again, pierce through him, hit him again. Like, hit him, like, you know, 3 or 4 times. And you just Bariza 100% pierce. And fire 5 or 6 piercing arrows, and it just, like, you know, you can picture it. Just completely busted. So you didn't need to do the poison stacking thing for, like, a restaurant or something. But you could, if you wanted to. And it did a lot of free damage. But still, poison is kind of never the go-to. Now that is something I really want. I'm really glad I stayed for that fight. Because if I roll sockets into that, the Colossus sword. Actually, I was gonna say no.
Greetings.
So if I want to do a call to arms, I mean, honestly, if I get sockets in it, there's a lot of rune words I can make it. I was gonna say maybe my call to arms. But I want my sorceress to be able to carry the call to arms, so that's probably going to get made in a freaking dimensional blade or something. I don't know what, like maybe even just a normal crystal sword if it comes from cows, like nightmare cows or something, and I get it socketed at Lazuk, maybe? I don't know. I'll look it up, sort it out at some point. Obviously, I have the runes now to make that rune word, which, you know, is just a fat chunk of extra health, not just for the sorceress, but for her mercenary as well. You can definitely tell the AI for some monsters, you're supposed to hate them. Like those things, you're supposed to hate them. Like they wait in these houses to like The fact that they run away is super frustrating, that they can run like so freaking fast that unless you're a teleporting sorceress, like, get fucked, they just go. There's nothing you can do about it. Like, what would you do about them as like a barbarian or something? Just so bone. I mean, I guess you can run fast, you can probably catch up to them, but God. Trying to like finish something like that off as like a concentrate barbarian or something is just gonna be painful. Like, frenzy, sure, because you get the speed increase. Like a paladin can charge them down. And Necromancer just doesn't care if it's a summon necro. Like, I really want to finish up my summon necro just because, like, I genuinely think a summon necro is like the best, or one of the best magic find characters, specifically for doing things like just going through any random ass terror zone, just killing enemies and mobs. Because when you've got, you know, all your revives out, all your skeletons, everything's buffed up, like, they just go and they kill everything. So you get, you know, so much stuff drops that normally wouldn't. Because even if you're playing something with like huge AoE, like a Frozen Orb Sorceress, there's still a certain amount of selectiveness in like what you will even shoot Frozen Orbs at. Whereas like my skeletons have killed all this stuff like as I walk past, which means I have to walk past much slower. Really all I wanted to do there was see if anything worthwhile would drop. It should happen. Oh, the champion pack. That's cool. Can do that. This champion bird's and a unique bird as well. And more minions. Just those guys are so like they're just a pain. Especially out in the open like that. If they're in that house, yeah, hell yeah. We just bully them up against a wall or something. But like out in the open like that, just chasing them down and deal with things is painful.
Greetings.
Alright, we just sell these, just clear the inventory space. I know, I should cube them up or something, but like, what am I doing? Okay, that's worth a look. Nephron is knockback. And there was a lot of boss packs there. We could have killed them, but honestly, if I can just teleport past, I will. Unless I'm in the mood to kill them. And one socket, I had a feeling that would be the case. had 3 sockets, it could have been an okay base for black. Which black is just such a good rune word if you're, doing a shared stash thing. Mule good equipment over from one character to the next. What's up, boys? A nice boss pack of birds like that. Can't say no. I think this is going to be my last run, but I may be down to do this tomorrow night. What I really want to do is I want to roll some just god map where
Yes.
you have a lower Kurast like this, where you have, a Durance of Hate like the one I just showed, and a really good route down to Andariel. I don't know what the odds are of getting all that. You'd probably drive yourself crazy trying to do it. But honestly, even if it was just like 2 out of 3, or even just like a passable Durance. Okay, Galrune, that's nice. I don't think it's a high rune, but it's high mid. Oh no, that's an exception. I was gonna say that could be a really good obedience base or something. Alright, I do those jewels, stash up that gold rune, and then, as I said, part of the dysfunction.
Good day.
Sorry, a friend of mine just sent me a message. Yeah, I was saying part of the dysfunction is that whole scenario of like, well, I can't end on a good drop. Like, I can't end on it giving me a Gala rune. That's one of the highest runes I have. Like, it's lower than the Home, obviously, but not that much lower. 53 versus 57. I think Gull might be a high rune then. I don't know what you use it to make. I think there's a Necromancer wand or something. But yeah, I can't end it on a Gull. These lurker guys, unless you get like kind of ambushed by them, like a lot of teleport into the middle of them. They're so safe to fight as like a frozen orb sorceress because they're just permanently staggered. And the frozen orb goes out like that in all directions. It just perma staggers everything. What is it? Okay, yeah. Alright, someone there just dropped a charm. Horrible house.
I can't carry anymore.
Yeah, okay. Ethereal 4 socket. I don't know what you want to do with that. If it were a elite ethereal 4 socket base, I'm sure there is some rune word that would be good to go on a barbarian mercenary. I feel like
Greetings.
budget barbarian mercenary is just going to use 2 strengths or something with a crushing blow. Come on. Ancient Axe is
I'm overburdened.
there's so many like mobs here. They ain't broken. Oh, there's still.
Thanks.
Champions. Let's just finish them off. It's crazy that I can't pick up any of that gold. Like, I've had so much freaking gold. I'll do some gambling at the start of the next stream, just as a bit of fun, you know.
Hello.
I have gambled a unique, I don't remember which one. Yeah, I can't even. Okay.
I can't carry anymore.
We'll do one more. And this is like officially my last. Because now I'm like, I've already had my bad drop and I'm like in my head, I'm saying like, but I'm not, but if I get a good drop, then I'll just stay until I get a bad drop, you know, it's like a cycle that never ends. Like this map just makes it so good. Like I've had a few, I didn't know the maps could get this good on Lower Kurast. If I had, oh my gosh. Like when you get a nice quiet map like that and you just go like all 4 chests. But yeah. Oh, look at that, the 1% MF. The lowest possible roll. You gotta love it. Okay, that's my bad drop. That's the signal
Yes.
to end it. The game's trolling me now. It's telling me I gotta go to bed. the Nephron. Alright, thanks to anyone who watched this. Take care, guys. I'll be grinding more tomorrow.